gratuitously heavy, and so I think that it will be a nice fit for a lot of people on their new Canon full-frame mirrorless body.
So as you can see, a lot of good things there, and really not a whole lot to complain about. It doesn't have the control ring which the native Canon lenses do, and so of course, you may miss that, really depending on how much you use the control ring and what you have it configured to do, typically with Canon lenses. But outside of that, it ticks most of the boxes. It's got a nice quality build. It's got weather sealing. It does have an AF/MF switch, which is welcome. It has a really functional manual focus ring, and so a lot of good things there. It's a nice fit size-wise for the EOS R body, and also, of course, it is much lighter and smaller than what some of the competing f1.4 lenses would be. So obviously that's welcome as well. By the way, I'm filming on the EOS R and this Canon at the moment, and some of you have asked questions because I've reviewed it and breakdown. So if you want a quicker overview type review, then you can check out the standard review, and it'll give you the information more quickly. If you're into the details, let's jump in and let's take a look. Starting with taking a look at the build, handling, and design of the lens.
First thing I want you to notice is that if you look side by side compared with the Sony FE version, this new RF version has a little bit different a finish on it. It's a little bit more like the finish on RF lenses, a little bit more matte, a little less glossy, and so a byproduct of this that makes it a really nice fit to the EOS R body or similar cameras, because it does share a common look. And of course, that's helped along by the fact that Canon long ago stole the red ring from Canon, and so for some reason this look is really nice on a Canon body. Another thing that I'll point out is you'll see a little bit different of a physical design here, and so part of that has to do with the fact that the RF mount is much wider in diameter than is Sony E mount, and so there is some redesign here. Obviously also the flange distance, the distance that the elements need to be from the sensor for proper focus, is a little bit different on RF than it is with Sony, because what you'll find is that in fact the Sony version is ever so slightly 2 millimeters longer, and so there is just a tiny physical variation there. The rest of the dimensions are identical. The diameter of the two lenses is the same. Both of them come in at 88 millimeters or 3.46 inches in diameter, and so 99.5 millimeters for the FE version. Obviously both of them have a 77 millimeter front filter thread. Now the weight here is just a little bit heavier in the RF version. I think that's probably because there's more material in this area right here, but it weighs in at 583.8 grams. That's roughly about 16 grams difference, and so somewhere right under 1.3 pounds for this lens. So overall, it's got some heft to it, but it's still very lightweight, particularly when you consider that the Canon RF 85 f1.2L weighs in at a whopping 1,000 as this lens. It is also 20 millimeters longer in length, and of course it is the Sigma Art version is more like 30 millimeters longer. It's just a little bit longer than the camera 85 millimeter at 1.8, and weight is actually heavier on the Tamron because it has more metal in the construction. And so I would just wanted to point out that you really are getting, I think, a moderate size for the kind of lens you're getting. Now what's interesting is that if you attach the lens hoods, you'll find that although the FE version is a bit longer, the lens itself, the lens hood is significantly larger on the RF version. So I would say that Canon determined that a little bit heftier a lens hood was warranted. You also, of course, have the advantage on the the Canon side that you're able to get away with a little bit more substantial lens because there's more grip, and it works better.